Here I got a grab-and-go survival kit that I built out of a 14-liter London Bridge Trading Company. They call it a V2 EDC pack. Of course, it's woodland camo. I got a tape measure here for the dimensions. This guy is about 13 inches high. It is about 8.5 to 9 inches deep and about a foot wide, roughly. So here on the outside, we just have two water bottles, two small water bottles. These are only 16 ounces each. The bigger type 32 ounces won't really fit in there. We have one steel one, and then we have one titanium one. So we'll start here on the outside of the pack. It's got two outside compartments and then the main pack inside. So out here we have just a full-blown med kit, mainly is what we have in here. Tourniquet, there's gauze, bleed stop, there's some medications in here, some of those towels, those just add water towels that you can use as fire tinder too, some splints, a pretty substantial, little bit more than a boo-boo kit, I would say. Mosquito net, put that in every pack, because not only for mosquitoes, you can use it to filter water, do all kinds of stuff with. Then we've got just some bug dope. That's all we got there. Then in this top one, we have just a buff / head net. You can wear it in a bunch of different configurations. We have a pair of GI wool glove liner inserts for colder weather. Just our good old cotton bandana. That's all we got there. Now we'll get into the main pack. So the main pack, we've got this is a through night headlamp. What I like about these, number one, it runs on batteries. I didn't want to have to carry a battery bank in here. I do have a battery bank in here, but it's only to give my cell phone a little bit of boost, just like a 6,000 milliamp, which I'll get to. But these are the through night headlamps, and then you can take this off and you also have a flashlight, and it works on AAA batteries. So a combo headlamp, flashlight, just a pair of brand new leather gloves. We got snackies, some food. We got those new millennial energy bars. There's 4 of them in there, which these are like 400 calories a pop, and they have a 5-year shelf life. Then we have some electrolyte, some drip drop, and some ORS, oil rehydration salt. And we also have food tabs in here too. Those they're like 300 calories a tab. They're pretty chalky bastards, but they work. Then we have our Sawyer Mini, our plunger. We have 10 Chloroflor water purification powder tablets. We have an aqua pouch bag that will hold an extra liter of water, real heavy duty bags. We have a Canuck water bag. And we also have an Evernew water bag. This we'll use for our dirty water, for our Sawyer Mini, and put it into the clean bag. So between the two bottles, you have about 3 liters of water capacity. Of course, we got the old Baco Laplander. And this Laplander, I put the upgraded Baco 396 JT saw blade on it. These saw blades are bomber, man. It cuts like a silky. It cuts almost as fast as the silky with these upgraded saw blades on there. And of course, then you have the durability. You know, these things will bend sideways. You can bend them right back straight again. For our knife, we have the Montana Knife Company Sear 25. Good old Shemagh. We have a Silva Ranger compass in here with pacing beads and a whistle. In here, got some miscellaneous stuff, some steel wool. We've got frog gig. This is kind of like our hunting kit if we got stuck out there a long time. We have a frog gig, or a gig period. Slingshot bands. We have a couple of those spring snare fish traps. We got 30 feet of brass snare wire. And then we got 4 spare AA batteries for the through night. I said AAA that they're AA's. And they're all lithium, so they got the 30-year, 25-year shelf life. We got some 4 tea light candles and then 2 of the 6-hour emergency candles. We got just a metal vessel, just a GSI Sierra cup. Here, I'm not going to take this out. This is just our shelter system. This is a 7x7 Bushcraft Outfitters. Is this the Bush? No, this is the Etowa gear. I believe it's a 7x7 woodland camo tarp. Then we also have 2 space blankets in here, the heavy duty SOL heat sheets. We have stakes in here, and we have a pre-made ridge line. Then we have 2 of the heavy duty. These are 8 mil thick, 6 or 8 mil thick garbage bags, and they're a little bit bigger than 55 gallon. They're like 65 gallon. There's 2 of them in there. Help build our shelter or rain poncho, whatever we might need it for. Just some spare Ziploc bags. You can't ever have enough Ziploc bags. Then we have a container that we could boil in, cook in if we needed to. And then in here we have just our basic signal mirror, glass one, a good one. We have an additional light, which these are kind of cool. They're just for small little light for seeing things, and they run on a 9-volt battery, and these things will last like 300 or 400 hours. But it's not a lot of light, but it's pretty handy. Sharpener for our knives, just some survival tip cards. We got a PSK, just the original multi-tool, the Leatherman. We have a little Victorinox Farmer in here. We have some Esbit stove tablets, plus 2 of the trioxane fuel bars. Small tablet of Write in the Rain paper. Pencil. We have the emergency Esbit stove. So this thing folds up and it makes a stove that you can boil your water, boil it in the cup, boil it in here. And then this is just some lockpick stuff, just in case. If you don't know how to pick locks, you should. I'm not the greatest lock picker in the world. I'm more of a raker, but it works. And then we have a big old chunk of foil in here. And then this bag is mainly our fire kit. So we have a ferro rod in here, a Bic lighter, some Go Fires. We have a big old chunk of fat wood. We have a canister full of Strike Anywhere matches and Stormproof matches and those Trick birthday candles. And then we have a bunch of tinder plugs in here. And then the foil packets are Vaseline cotton balls. There's 6 of these in there. Plus there's an additional mini Bic in this kit as well. Then here we have just our fishing kit, just a hobo fishing kit built out of a travel toothbrush holder. These things work really, really good. So we got 50 foot of 30-pound test spider wire on here, and then the inside canister is filled of tons of extra, hooks, sinkers. There's fake lure in there. There's additional spider wire in there. And this pack here this is kind of like our repair kit. So in here we have a bunch of sewing needles, safety pins, super glue. We have sewing thread, heavy duty Kevlar thread, P51 can opener, just basically our repair items. We have some Ranger band, big chunk of Ranger band in here, whole crap load of Gorilla tape, some spare smaller Ranger bands, and then we have a couple of hose clamps in case you needed to make hose clamps are handy in the woods. Let me tell you, if you needed to make a spear out of your knife or something like that, you use those hose clamps on the stick. It really holds them tight. Okay, and then we have 2 more compartments in this front panel. There's 2 more internal zip pockets in here. So we've got our 6,000 milliamp battery bank. This is just for your phone. The good old controversial wire saw. This is a military issue one, made in the USA. This would be mainly used to make a improvised bow saw, is what would be the best way to use this. we've got just a little trowel, basically a cat hole digger if you got to take a dump. And you could use it to dig other things too. Then we have our backup saw. We got one of the Leicester River Bushcraft Sagewood Gear collaboration survival saws, so you have a little small saw as well. Last compartment. 2 glow sticks, and this is just our rope kit. We got 30 feet of 550 cord Atwood rope. We got, I think, 50 feet of 36 bank line. We got 100 feet of, that's 200-pound test Kevlar cord, and then we got some zip ties. And then we also have Technora cord. This is really strong stuff. I think I got 25 feet of this, and this is like a 400-pound test. So anyway, that is our survival kit, a grab-and-go kit that you would actually grab and go. It's not so big. This is not a bug-out bag. This is not a... This is just a survival kit. This is something you want to have in your vehicle. So you had stuff with what's in here, you could survive a week pretty easily. No problem with those energy bars. You'd only be getting 400 or 500 calories a day, but it's better than no calories at all. As long as you had a water source. Of course, that's always the key thing. And of course, the weather. If something happened in the wintertime, you'd probably be freezing your ass off if you did not have proper clothing. We have some warm weather stuff in there. That top I showed basically serves as your beanie too. Actually, I think there is a beanie in there. I just didn't show it. But anyway, there's a good little grab and go survival kit. Something that is small enough you could take anywhere you wanted with you, and you would actually use. It's got all useful stuff in there, in my opinion.